Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I make my cheesy, well, gourmet cheesy potatoes. My sister started, she's the one that brought this recipe into our family back when, like back in 1990s. It's a very simple recipe. It's the closest thing that I've ever had to, if you love the Crackle Barrel, like their cheesy casserole potatoes, this is similar, but I think mine is a lot better than theirs because, you know, you can taste the love whenever you make something at home. So it's very simple. There's only like 6 or 7 ingredients, and I will let you know what we need. So you're gonna need, I melt down a stick of butter, so you're gonna need about a stick of butter. There is about 24 ounces of sour cream. You're gonna need an onion, and I'm gonna chop that up. This is just a generic cream of chicken, Walmart brand, so you just need a can of cream of chicken, or you can even use cream of mushroom if you don't want to use any, if you want to make it without any kind of animal, you can do creamy mushroom, but we always use cream of chicken. And you need cheese. Now, I don't put this much cheese in my potatoes. I probably put 2 cups of shredded cheese, and I always get sharp cheddar cheese because it has a better flavor than if you use mild. So normally I'll put like 2 cups of shredded cheese in it, and then I'll sprinkle some on top to get it all melty and gooey. And the next you need is shredded hash browns. I try to let them unthaw a little bit so that way they cook better. I always get 2 bags, and I think they're what, £1 a bag? Yeah, so they're a pound, so that's 2 pounds. And just a salt and pepper to taste. So I'm just going to start going ahead and start mixing it up. So just hope you enjoy, and I'll have Chris put the recipe, well, I'll put the recipe down below, so if you want to try making these on your next family get together, go for it. You know, try them out, see if you like them. And I know it's a big hit at our church functions and with any kind of family event. So hope you enjoy. My little chopper here for to mince the onions, because the Chris's daughters, they don't like onion, so I try to sneak it in there. So I'm just gonna chop it up really fine. So we're gonna put the sour cream in. You want to make sure you have a big enough bowl. I do have a bigger bowl, but I do not know where it's at, so I don't know if this is all going to fit. Okay, and I'm gonna dump the butter. So that's a ½ cup of melted butter. This is Parquet. Usually I like to use Campbell's cream of chicken, but this is what we had in the pantry, so this is what I'm using. You might hear Jeanette talking in the background. She's watching TV. Whenever she watches her programs, she always talks to the television. You might even hear her yell. So that's what you're hearing if you do hear her. Okay, so that's all mixed up. Then I'm going to put in my chopped onion. You want about a medium onion. This is quite large, but I'm going to dump all that in there. Next is we'll put in the shredded cheddar cheese. part cheddar. Oops. So I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure it. Say 2 cups. That's about good because there's what? 2 pounds. There's 8 cups. So yeah. So then we're just going to mix the cheese in. Then salt and pepper. So I put some pepper in there. So this is just for taste. You don't have to put salt and pepper. And then some salt. I know, I put a lot of salt. And then I'm just going to stir that up. Shredded potatoes, they're not all the way unthawed, so I didn't take them out till, oh geez, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe about 4 hours ago, so they're still a little bit frozen, but that's okay. So you just dump in a bag. We're going to dump in the other one. So this makes about 2 pounds. So with everything else added, so this is almost like a 3 pound. Even for graduation parties or anytime you have to take, this is my go-to. Everybody loves them. Reunions. This is like a go-to. And they're so easy. You can just mix it up and put it in a crock pot, or if you have a big like electrical roaster, and just cook them. And they turn out great. What they look like. If you still have none that's coated, that's okay, because by the time you dump them in the pan and whenever they cook, it'll even out in the pan. So this is my pan. I got my biggest cake pan that I have. I did put a liner of parchment paper just because whenever we scoop into it, I don't want to get gouges in my pan. Because I don't use it very often, but I'm going to try to keep it as nice as possible. So that's why I put the parchment paper. You don't have to. You can just put it in any kind of pan. You can put it in a glass pan or a metal pan, crock pot, like I said, electric roaster, and yeah. On top. There we go. And that is how you make cheesy gourmet potatoes, or cheesy gourmet hash brown potatoes. There's so many different names to this dish, so many different variations. This is how I cook them. So if you cook them a different way, or if you add certain things, some people add crumbled up like cornflakes on top. Comment down below on how you make your cheesy hash brown potatoes. And now we are ready to put this in the oven. I put it in the oven for 350. I normally bake it for 45 minutes. But since my potatoes were still a little bit frozen, I'm going to cook it longer. I might cook it for like an hour and a half. I will keep an eye on them. And yeah, and that's it. So this is what they look like now, and then I will have Chris put a picture in what they look like after they're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little cooking segment. It's just something small, simple. So yeah.